The next train comes in eternity.
Ja, das ist ja auch eine
Okay.
So, it's time here. Now it's time. You take my time away. It's okay. So, hello everybody, or you are too late? What to do? So, who wants to start? Whatever. The same procedure as every year?
Karl, I was thinking yesterday about what you said about what you cannot not be.
Yeah.
And I thought it was very good. And last night I realised that I could not be so horrible if I wanted to be.
Is what? It's horrible. What?
I could not
Yeah.
be horrible.
Yes.
When I'm being horrible.
Absolutely.
So I could take a layer off, you know? So
It's freedom, huh?
yeah, and I thought it was negative, but it's not. It's
No.
positive.
It's quite peaceful.
Yes, it's good. But I also can be the best I can be also.
Absolutely. But always absolute. The best or the worst.
Yes.
Mostly in the same instant. Yeah, you're absolutely the best.
Yes, I also have to say that when I speak to you, I get very self-conscious and embarrassed.
That sounds very good.
It's true. So I just wanted to drop it, so I've told
Embarrassment?
Embarrassing, yes.
No.
I wanted to drop it,
Why?
because it's uncomfortable.
I am people should be embarrassed to see me.
Well, you are a bit embarrassing.
Yeah, I like it.
Very embarrassing, in fact.
I tell you, to see anybody is right away embarrassing. So and then to see Karl, it's even worse. I tell me every morning, this guy again, it's embarrassing. Unbearable.
Yeah, I'm feeling it now.
An unbearable guy. Yeah, good. So let's see what we can do. Huh? How unbearable it can get.
Yes.
Anyone else has to make a... I need more compliments. It's quite a compliment, huh?
Yeah, I'd be pleased with it myself.
You would be pleased with it. Okay. Okay. Oh, no, that goes too fast. For
Experimenting.
no,
This is
just.
only a test here, this whole
Oh yeah, it's all a test.
because people on the left and right wing can hear nothing.
Yeah, they're all too far away.
Do you have some? Is there some reverb that you have on you could turn off? It sounds
No.
like it's reverb or echo or something. It sounds like there's an effect that
They
should be off.
have a radio station on there.
Yeah, we have an
FM.
FM station here that's on maybe. Yeah, maybe now it's better. The effect is off now.
Oh yeah, okay. So, Kevin, what can we do again? Gone.
Totally good.
Back in the usual position or what?
Just escaping from the speaker. Don't know which is the worst speaker now.
Yeah. Who is more responsible what comes out of it? That's the question. It's a good example. Is the speaker responsible what comes out of it? Or is this speaker responsible what making that speaker speak? Any answer? What would everyone think? So today I have to ask myself the questions. Oh, I can help you. Can I help you?
Help me?
Yeah?
You know?
Again?
I don't know if you can. You know?
Yeah, let's try.
Let's.
Huh? Because she looks like.
Like what?
You're Italian, you don't need to be helped. To be born Italian is sadhana enough. Having an Italian mother is already too much, so you know that. So she always helps you, but she is not Italian.
Yeah, but having a Jewish mother is worse.
Sorry, forget it. Yeah, it can only get worse. Huh?
Yes.
Italian, German mother, not to forget the German
I
one.
know that, but it's going better all the time. So what you do?
It's getting better?
Yes.
As more you don't see her, it's getting better.
Maybe.
So whenever you get, so you think you're enlightened, you have to live with her.
I don't think.
No, I mean, like if you ever have this crazy idea that you got it, that you now in that enlightenment business, go to your mother and live with her.
I don't have this idea.
No, it's like that would be the final test. Huh? So, anything else?
Yeah, maybe. If you're asking something.
Yeah, come. I see there is something.
Yesterday you said something that there is a bridge.
No, I said there is no bridge.
No bridge. No bridge.
Okay, let me just. There was just a slight misunderstanding,
Yeah.
which is a big difference. So what to do? What are you talking about there all the time? My goodness.
It's too late.
He's coming.
Yeah, you have a delay now. Italians cannot shut up.
So no bridge. Now it's too late.
Yeah, now it's too late.
Nothing to do.
No, now you can relax.
Yeah,
Because it's too late.
exactly. So
Cool.
when I'm relaxing, it's getting better all the time. So
When you're what?
I'm relaxing.
Yeah, yeah.
I understand nothing to do. So
Or not to do?
it's getting better all the time. Anyhow,
Anyhow.
it's like that.
No how anymore. No, it's quite relaxing if you see it's a hopelessness inside. No way to that, what you're looking for. So then it's now too late, so what? What to do? Oh, sounds good. Any questions about that? Anyone still too early? So this no hope is not so bad, huh? Okay. Whew. Already finished today.
Should I go? Should I go?
No. Now you can relax. You made some. Yeah. Or something else. Okay. Something else today? No? Wow. After one day? Too bad. I see all the leftovers meeting again here. Nothing to say anymore. The hopeless cases meeting. Da-da-da. We are singing now. Yes.
I'd like to ask you about if it's possible not to know the unknown, which is not possible, but to have a sense of it.
No, you can say it's impossible to relative know it, and it's impossible not to know it absolutely.
Okay, so what I've been thinking of is this sense of presence. So, for example, that would be while the body's alive, it would say start, let's say the birth of the body would begin in the sperm, and then there would be this sense of presence, aliveness, and even if you're awake during the day, it's there, and if you're in deep sleep at night, it's there, although you're not conscious of it. There's no sense of being alive in this world when you're in deep sleep. There is, or there seems to be in any case, in everyday life. And then when the body dies, that sense of life or presence or whatever you want to call it is gone, but it doesn't mean it's permanently gone. It's still there. It just manifests itself perhaps in another birth in another body. And this is what really interests me, because without this sense of presence or whatever it is that when there's an aliveness, nothing could be happening. I mean, that's the root of all there is, I would think. And that is both, there's a sense of that because it is unknown. And that would be a question. It seems to me that without this, nothing else could happen. And I'm just curious about this. I don't know if I'm...
No, I think you started quite wrong, because you said with this body the sense came. I would say that this presence is already there before the body appears. Before even two liquids meeting and a fetus is coming or something. This I-am-ness is already there.
Yeah, and so, yes, that's...
So it's uninterrupted, as you said, even in deep sleep or in whatever, in the night, there's a sense of presence. But it's not depending on the body. The body maybe appears in that sense of awareness and disappears in it, but it's not depending on it.
No, I understand that, because it wouldn't depend on the body if you're in deep sleep, for example. It would still be there.
No, even when this body is not even born, when there is no liquids meeting and creating a body, there is a sense of I-am-ness.
Yeah, I understand that.
There is spirit, there is this space-like spirit as I-am-ness. It's already there. No, it's impersonal I-am-ness. And in that impersonal I-am-ness, and the personal appearance as a me appears like a body, me, mind, organism, whatever you call it. But this presence of I-am-ness is already there. And when this body goes, as every night it goes, this remains as it is. There's an uninterrupted I-am-ness.
Okay, yeah. So probably, I guess for me, at this point, this is the most interesting thing. This I am, this sense of I am, or this sense of presence.
Right, now it's your biggest interest to enter this I-am-ness of oneness. Because you want to get out of that separation of the body thing, and then you go to the I-am-ness of oneness of impersonal. So your absolute interest right now is to get rid of the world and this body and whatever is that you are maybe out of the pain of existence.
Well, it's not my interest, because I don't believe there's anything I can do about it.
Yeah, but you just said this is your interest.
Oh, it's my interest.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean I want to change it. I'm just interested.
Yeah, but you said it's your interest.
It's only my interest. It's not.
Maybe
I'm not hearing you correctly because of the echo. I don't know. Not me, you know.
Yeah. It's not me. It's not my interest. There's just an interest. I know. But I'm very interested in it. But I know I have no advantage in it. I know, but I'm very interested. That's what I understand from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who is not interested but being interested? Huh? Who is pretending not to be interested but still being interested?
I don't think I'm pretending not to be interested.
Of course you're pretending not to be interested, because now you have a total interest that you tell me you are not interested.
Well, I mean, isn't there
Isn't it logic? Come on.
Isn't there a way that you can be interested in something?
No.
Wanting to change it?
No.
No.
Love is caring, and love is caring, and want always the things to go to the better, to the best. There's always a purest intention of love, and love wants to care, is caring about the better. Always trying to get the best out of everything. Every moment, in the relative, in the personal, in the impersonal, and even in there. Love is always caring and caring about itself. You can, I tell you, even not to be interested. You have to be interested not to be interested. There's always this purest interest of love, which the purest intention of making it the best. The best intention without any interruption. But still, if you would say, I have no interest anymore, there's still one too many who has no interest.
Okay.
No, whatever you say from that reference point is a reference point. Even an impersonal reference point is one. So you take it personal, and you cannot otherwise.
Well, what about it? What if I were to maybe drop the word interest and just say there's an awareness of this? Awareness of this.
Yeah, but it needs one who is aware. And I mean, many people will say, then I was in that state and there was no one there. But now I can talk about it, but then no one would talk about it.
Yes.
But there was no one there, but still one who was recognizing it, that there is no one. It needs one who is recognizing that there is no one, or not.
So Karl, if I understand you then, are you saying to me that if there's awareness, there has to be someone who's aware?
There has to be, what is awareness? It has to be the ownership there, because you say there is awareness, but who is making a reference to awareness?
Well, I think that's a difficult question because I don't think I can really answer that.
But you said that there's I am-ness always, when there's not
No, but prior to the I am-ness is even the awareness of I. The awareness of I, the purest awareness, superior consciousness, then the pure consciousness, I am-ness, and then the so-called impure cross-body forms of consciousness. All that trinity is always there, and you always switch between all these three. If the first one, the personal, is not making you happy anymore, you go to the impersonal. And if the impersonal, you feel, oh, it's switching again to the personal, then you even see, now I go back to the purest I, to the superior. Always switching. Always the interest of the best, love. Where is my home? What is a better place for me to be in? That's the nature of love. You are the lover caring about yourself. Loving, caring about your best home. And if the personal home is not fulfilling your whatever, you go to the impersonal. And if that is not fulfilling, you go to that superior consciousness. You're always switching homes. And always trying for the better.
Well, I don't have a sense that that's going on.
I tell you. Even not being aware about it, it happens. That's the nature of love. Loving, caring about what you are. In a personal way, caring about the body. In the impersonal way, in that beingness, just beingness. And then even in the pure awareness, there's this tendency. And then the question is, who has this tendency?
I don't know what to say to that. I guess, I stand by, or not, I don't stand by my statement. That it's not happening, but I don't know what to say then.
I just tell you, even the sense of no-doership, that you are not doing it, it needs one who has that sense of non-doership and defines it as a non-doership and makes a difference between the doership, having and having not interest.
But how can there be a sense of non-doership if there's a sense of it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. If there's a sense of non-doership, it's still a doership. So
Yeah, but if I would define non-doership, I would think that you couldn't have a sense of it, that there's non-doership.
yeah, but people talk about it. There is a non-doership, the sense of I'm not the one who is doing it. Everything happens by itself. That's a sense of non-doership.
Well, I mean, if I could relate maybe a short incident that happened to me, I guess it's the only way I can relate to what you're saying. Something happened in New York a few years ago, and it was a sense of, I mean, there was a waking up and being in a place, and yet it wasn't me. And it was only afterwards, when this incident was over, I related it to someone, and they said to me that I told them about my experience, and the answer was there wasn't an experience because I wasn't really present. So something happened, but there wasn't a sense of non-doership, there wasn't a sense of any of that.
But there was a sense of an absence, which then came back. The sense of a presence of what you call you.
Well, that sense of me wasn't there at the time.
That's what I mean, but who was recognizing that it was not there?
There wasn't any recognition that...
Yeah, that everyone tells me. There was no one, but there was one who was being aware that there is no one.
No.
No?
Well, that's not the way I recall it.
Yeah. So you make it a fairy tale. Then I was not, and now I'm back. Who makes that fairy tale, that story? There was a time in New York I was not. I had that presence where I was not. And then later on I popped up again. Who has this story?
Well, I had the story afterwards, but there didn't seem to be a story while it was happening.
But who has this no story?
There wasn't anybody who had it.
Yeah, but who has it now?
Oh, well, I do. I'm telling it.
You see?
It turned into an experience.
So you make it again a story.
Well, I don't think it has much to do. The story or the experience doesn't really have anything to do with what happened at the time.
There has to be time that the no time can be.
I don't understand.
Yeah, but you're talking about the absence of whatever time, separation, and then that there can be the absence of separation. There has to be that.
Karl, your explanation sounds logical to me, but how did Ramana and Nisargadatta rate?
That's a different story. They said they went back to the absolute substratum, and there was an absolute person. They never referred to no one. They went back, they dropped everything what was relative, and that absolute person remained. That what is the self, which is the absolute itself. And you can call it personal or impersonal, doesn't matter, it remains as that. And they never said it's an impersonal experience. There was no one. They never said there is no one. They always said, I'm talking to myself here. The self is absolute, and there's nothing but the self. And there's sometimes an impersonal experience of the self and sometimes a personal, but it doesn't make a difference. That means all of this is the story of the self, and the story of the self has infinite facets of whatever you can imagine. And most of them are personal, some rare ones are impersonal, and even some more rare ones are only awareness, the samadhi. But all of that is experiences of the self, and there is no differences in quality. And that no presence of anyone is not better than the presence of someone. And that was Ramana always referring to. When he was asked, where do you go when you leave this body? Where can I go? I am that. What is this here? Wherever you turn your perception, you will find what I am. Life itself.
That means they refer to that which you signify as that.
To that I am. And not to some absence of one. Because that needs a reference point who makes a difference. It needs a mind who makes the difference from the present and the absence. And that what I talk it is a story of, it's his story, but not your story. And his, I mean God's story. And God is always so, whatever, stupid to make it a personal God and an impersonal God. And when he becomes a personal God, he complains. When he's impersonal, he's a holy one. Holy God, holy shit, and shit happens. But all of that is what? His story. Who cares about his story? Only God, knowing himself, cares about his story. But the self never cares about anything. So that's why they call it carelessness. Personal, impersonal, who cares? Presence, absence, absence of the absent, present, blah, 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 blah. Only that little God cares. Because it's his story. So that's why I refer to you as God telling his story. But that what is God has no story to tell. And there's neither impersonal nor personal, whatever you call that, is nothing happens. Okay? Hamburg okay? Logical okay? So Ramana is really the... Then you're right, Ramana was 15 sitting down and it happens without any preparation? Or was he prepared to that everything dies around him and he remains at life itself, which never needs to know itself to be itself? So we talked about the pre-sense, not the presence. That's the difference. That's what is pre-sense, prior to any sensation of presence or absence, and not of any presence or absence, which is still the presence. Okay, enough abstraction. Yeah, any questions about, or more? Are we finished? No.
Well, I think probably one of the final things about this was that there didn't seem to be any type of change that happened. I mean, it didn't seem to be a switch from, if I can call it a non-presence to a presence again. There didn't seem to be.
No, actually from that presence of that awareness, there was no change. It was uninterrupted. In that presence there was an I am-ness experience, and then there came this I am the body again. So nothing changed. Yeah. So you may say that perception in its nature was naked as it was. That referred to this canvas-like. The canvas is always a canvas in spite of that phenomenal experiences of the presence of phenomenal or the absence of phenomenal. The presence of that canvas is uninterrupted. That we can talk about, but that what is the presence, the presence, that is we can only point to. But that is your real nature. So the first purest, whatever, you can say is a canvas. The awareness. And the second would be the space, I amness, oneness. And then the third would be this experience of the body. But by all of that you have nothing to lose or to gain. That I can only point to. As none of that can make you more or less as you are. And that's the main thing. The quality of your nature is independent of any experience at all. Or how you are experiencing yourself. And that is like I'm referring to be what you cannot not be, and that is that. What is beyond all what you can experience. And the first image is I, awareness. The second I amness, and the third the world. This is the trinity of Shiva, but even the light of Shiva is not Shiva.
Is what? So when you say in the light of Shiva is not Shiva,
No,
so is what?
the light of Shiva is Arunachala, awareness.
Okay.
But Shiva is not the light. Shiva is that what is the light. And Shiva is Shiva with and without light. Shiva doesn't need to be aware to be Shiva, to be Shiva. So Shiva is in spite of the light of Shiva. But there is only light because Shiva is.
Too complicated.
No, it's not complicated, very easy. The sun, what is the sun, doesn't need to shine to be the sun. So the shine of the sun is shining or not shining, that what is the sun is the sun. And the shine of the sun is awareness, the first. So what is the sun? The shine or the sun? Who is shining? What is the nature of the sun? The sunshine or the sun?
Be the sun if it does not shine, because that's what makes it the sun.
Yeah, but the self doesn't need to shine to be the self.
Thank God for that.
But maybe it has to. Maybe reality itself has to realize itself. Otherwise, it would not be reality. Who knows? So maybe even the shine is not different, but it's not the nature. So it's not a question: does it have or doesn't, or is not? Is there a need or not? But it happens anyway.
Yeah.
So, what to do? So in that sense, hopelessness is not so bad. Maybe in the Christianity sense, it's like the eye of the needle, it's like the hopelessness, the senselessness of life, or the senselessness of looking for what you are. Who knows? And who needs to know? That's the question. So I have to turn. This is a strange room here. Strange place. Turning room. Lift. I have a left. Yeah. Any questions about that? Paul.
There's consciousness, then there's the canvas-like awareness.
No, there's three, whatever.
What's that?
Consciousness in three ways. You can experience consciousness. It's all consciousness.
So the awareness, what we're aware of, our sense of perception, in the background, the canvas, and then that is what we are.
Yeah, that's what is the canvas you are, but you're not the canvas. Because if you would be the canvas, you would not be that what is appearing on the canvas. Then you would still make a difference between what you are and what you are not. It needs one who defines himself. So if you think you are the canvas, you are not what is playing on the canvas. And then you're in trouble again. So you better absolutely don't know yourself. So even to say I am the canvas is one too much who says I am something. It's never good enough. So whatever you say you are, you separate yourself from something else. Any definition, even the purest definition as canvas, is one too much.
Would you say I am that?
Means nothing, but you can say it.
Thank you.
You can say the sun is blue. No one believes you, but who cares? Huh?
That which exists. That which exists.
It's too much. And then you would not be that what is not doesn't exist.
But I'm not.
What?
That what doesn't.
No, you are even that what doesn't exist. Because your nature doesn't have to exist to exist. Isn't it crazy? You are even that non-beingness. You are the beingness and the non-beingness. So if you say I'm the beingness, you make yourself small again. You are the beingness and the non-beingness. You are the nothing and the everything. Whatever. Yes and no.
So I'm dead also.
You are that what is dead and you are that what is alive. So even that what is dead is life. So that's the nature of the Absolute, which is in no need of anything to be what it is. Raman. Okay, something here.
I noticed that there's only a problem with the speaker when you face towards it. When you talk that way, the speaker is fine. But when you speak, there's something about the
Yeah, because then it's doubled.
yeah, something.
Yeah. So I speak to you looking there. Hello, Kevin, how are we? Everything fine, Kevin?
Yeah.
Not so bad today. Okay.
This is really a great new routine with the speaker. Do it every day. It's horrible.
Yeah. But it's a good example. If you want to make something better, people complain, and then you want to serve them, and then it gets worse. But I'd like to be a good boy. I try my best, but I know it's not good enough. Yeah. Any questions in the back? No? That's a nice breeze today. Huh? We can talk, we can chat a bit. As I always do. Yeah, it's always there. It's never good enough or bad enough. It's always different. Very impersonal.
Carl, we're just chatting. You appeared angry a few minutes ago.
I what?
You appeared angry.
I played angry.
You seemed to be angry, yes. Were you angry?
I cannot remember. I have a disorder. I cannot remember. I may have been angry, but it's like the wind. Comes and goes. But you have to remind me, otherwise I forget. Because I really don't care.
So I'll tell you next time.
Okay. I wait for that. Have you seen it? Oh, I can get very quiet. Angry. Yeah. Drive with me. Especially in Paris, I get very angry.
And is this based on fear?
Of what?
On fear.
On what?
Fear.
What fear?
Well, I said, is this anger based on fear?
I'm not sure. Yes, I fear that I could kill someone. Maybe it's based on fear that I could not control myself and really kill the other one. No, it's really fear. That I cannot control this bastard. Who knows? Road rage. But then I go step out of the car and it's gone. So nothing wrong with it, huh?
long as you don't, well, I suppose, as long as you don't kill anybody.
Or, and even if I would have?
It would cause a problem for you.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I find myself sitting somewhere where I don't where I belong. In prison or so. Yeah, it's not so bad. Actually, when I was 15, I wanted to go to prison because I didn't want to milk cows anymore. Yes, it was a good solution. Then I could have my peace and I could sleep in and out. But it's not true. Huh? They wake you up at 5. Shit. Doesn't work. Yeah. Yeah, any other questions? About milking cows, maybe? It's a nice...
Didn't you milk them again?
The what?
You milked them later on too.
I don't...
Like you said when you did peyote, you were milking them also.
Yeah.
But they never forced you to milk them the second time. Why did you do it? You said you didn't like milking cows.
Is Los Angeles somewhere?
Everywhere.
He has a Jewish mother too. That's why I can bear him.
She wanted to beat you.
But you didn't make it. I was prepared. I trained myself for weeks for that.
She wanted to have the talk with you.
What are you doing with my son or what?
I didn't understand.
Does my son really have to go to India? Yeah. So any other spiritual question? Milking cows, not. Closing the eyes that it doesn't come.
Something close to us.
Huh?
Taking peyote help you to wake up?
Who knows? I have no idea. But I don't claim to be awake. Don't think I'm sitting here and claiming that I'm one who is awake.
Say you were.
No, I mean like don't make this offense.
No, but I didn't. I said.
But you said, did it help? Yeah. So you.
I didn't say you thought you were awake today.
No, but you think I'm awake. I'm awake.
Do I?
Yeah. It goes too far. Do you know what I mean?
About what?
One claiming who had a story of a biography of waking up. And in this biography there's peyote playing a role of it. And because I took peyote, because I went to that and that places, I went to that teacher and I made this and this experience, I went to that am-ness, blah blah, I went there and now I am awake because of that. Is that what you are referring to? And that I say, come on, this is quite a something.
No, but I understand that you wouldn't say that you were awake. You wouldn't say you were asleep either, but you wouldn't say you were
I would not say anything what I am. I have absolutely no idea. But you're blaming me that I'm awake. It's quite a blame, huh? And then you have to behave like one. That's the worst you can get. He's awake, but look how he behaves. He's still angry. Oh, come on. And scared maybe of my questions. What kind of awake one is this one? Awoken. Huh? Isn't it great?
Huh?
So in what sense does anyone wants to be awake here? If this is a consequence of it. It's really a burden, I tell you.
It is a paradox. You're sitting here talking to us about such subjects.
About the hot
Subject.
About subjects.
Such subject.
Such.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can talk about them.
Yeah.
I can talk.
With some authority.
It sounds like. No, I don't claim it. With some authority. Who knows? No, and again in this bloody Upanishads, it's clearly said as at the instant there is one who knows he's a jnani. There is one jnani too much, or too many. Yeah, I like it. I really like it. And if there's still a teacher, there's one teacher too much. And even the teacher who thinks he's a teacher has something to learn. So I like the Upanishads. It's quite a treasure. But so, or anyone here who claims to be awake. We can talk about it. I especially like that. Aren't there so many books out saying the biography of a yogi, the biography of an awakened one, the biography of someone, and isn't it so famous to make a book, writing a book about of the 19th September 1973 I had this awakening, and since then I'm sharing it with everyone who doesn't want to hear it. No, I know what I'm talking about because I was this party poopser. Telling everyone you are light, you are not what you think you are this blah blah blah. Being a messiah, quite a mess. So what to do? Maybe it's the nature of it. If you think you have something special, you want to share it. Maybe that's the nature of love. You have some precious thing, what you experience, then you want to share it with everyone. But I always thought, there is no one left when you had that. You could share it with, but maybe I was wrong. Or anyone who wants to have a share of peace? A piece of cake or a cake of peace? You can share.
Even Eckhart Tolle in The Power of Now, in the beginning of The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle talks about the time that he became...
Is that what I actually am referring to things like that?
I remember reading that going, wow,
yeah.
That's awesome.
You have to sit on a bench.
Yeah.
Bench Baba.
Bench Baba.
We had a famous bench Baba here. He was nice. Ramana told him sit down and be quiet, and he did it. For 50 years, or more than 50 years, sitting on a bench and pee where you are. That is really the biggest example of pee where you are. He never moved 1 inch from this bench. And he was counting to 5 because his fingers are not more. All the time. And they built a house around him, and a family who was taking care about him. So existence took care. He is a perfect example. Sit down and be quiet. And things will happen around you, as always. But who can do that? Huh? Anyone ready to do that? But if existence makes you sit down and never moving again and counting to 5, you will do it. In spite of you liking it or not. And the circumstance will be so perfect and will make you that. But now making a concept, you have to sit down and be quiet, then you're in trouble. But it's nice.
Why did he count to 5?
Huh? Yeah, because he wanted to... Yeah, I don't know, you have to ask him. But he's dead already. But do you have more than 5? Take 5. Yeah, but the left, maybe he had to use for holding his something. You never know. But when you were visiting him, it was really already an experience to enter that room. If you can take the smell, you already made it. And then looking at him, 5, 2, 3, 5, and he had disciples coming all over the place, bowing down. Great, I like that. Wonderful. So, something else. I like these stories.
The awakening stories. I just had a memory of people's stories of Papaji saying that they walked down the street with Papaji and random people would come and drop at his feet and acknowledge him as an awakened one.
What did Papaji say?
I don't know.
Someone told me the last year he always said, let them all burn in hell, whoever claimed to got something from me. I don't know. Yeah, people tell me. There was no one here who ever got it from me, and no one was ever worse to get it. And I agree. There is no one worse here right now to get it.
Worth or worst?
Huh?
Worth or worse?
Worse. There was never any in history of mankind worse to get it. And there was never anyone who got it anyway.
I was with Papaji and I was standing by the gate with him and an elephant walked past and it just raised his trunk at him.
The what?
I was with Papaji and was standing by his gate and an elephant walked past and of course the elephant turned round and raised his trunk to Papaji.
What does it mean?
It recognised itself.
Uh-huh. It's a dog who bites you recognizing himself.
It was being respectful. It couldn't touch his feet, but it was respecting him.
Nice idea.
Nice stories, huh?
Yeah, nice idea.
I have a dog. I always, when I pass, he barks. Does he recognize me?
Yes. No doubt.
What would you say? It's like, did I kick his ass in the last life or something? Or was Papaji in a zoo in his former life and was caring about his elephant? Who knows? An elephant have a long memory.
Many lives.
Many lives. But all these examples, huh? Of he must be the right one and thing because an elephant was raising his. So every woman is realized. Because every elephant who comes is raising his. You really make it a story?
Well, yes, because when the elephant came along, he turned his head and raised his trunk, and I thought, well, of course it would.
Oh. And what did you do?
I just was the watcher.
You were just the watcher. What did you raise in front of Papaji? Questions?
Yeah.
So you raise questions in front of someone you think he knows the answer. Do you recognize something in someone? Yourself who knows the answer?
Yes.
Ah.
I think so. That's why I'm here. That's why we're all here, I think.
No, they all want to have fun.
And fun.
And fun. No, after a while, no one comes for any answers here anymore. It's more for entertainment. But it's good enough for many. Because the hope is very...
Yes, I can watch a comedy show on TV if I want.
Yes? It's not different. It depends. Robbie Williams? No, Robin Williams. It's not bad. Now yeah, what to do? So, no elephant around? So there's a famous students. Huh?
It's a relief to let go of the idea of a teacher and a student.
No, I don't have to believe in it, I see it. It's part of the game, for sure. There's a role of a teacher, there's a role of a student, there's a role of whatever, and all roles are played perfectly.
And a hierarchy of...
There's all the hierarchy is played, and the bowing down, and the higher and the lower, and one who gives and one who takes, one who sucks and one who gets sucked. Just like the energy game, Shakti game. There's one who claims to be Chef Shakti, and then the suckers, seekers coming and sucking. That's the game. Because they think there is something for me, and I need more energy, and if I have more energy, then I maybe get more ready for that, what I'm after. There's always giving, taking.
Yeah, that will just go on endlessly.
Yeah, yeah. So there's a...
Filling up the tank.
Yeah, yeah. As you always feel you have not enough. I need some more. I need more whatever. More knowledge, more wisdom, or whatever kind of energy, because I feel so weak inside, I feel helpless, so I need more energy. I need to be... Then make yoga and all these classes. So, of course you love yourself and you want to have this whatever. Being ready for, you don't know what, but you want to be ready. Because no one knows for what, but there's still this little fear. Maybe I have to be ready when it happens. But there was never anyone ready for that. But you can try. This is like Mick Jagger all the time. I can't get no. But I can try. And try. I can't get no satisfaction. But I can try. But by trying to get satisfied, I'm dissatisfied. Immediately. That's the nature of the game, of a seeker. Huh? So what to do? No, it's all wonderful. So it's all like a consciousness playing all the roles and always gets the Oscar for every role. So the name of consciousness should be Oscar. Huh? The all-time winner, again and again, Oscar. No, in that game there is like it's like a Hollywood. It's the Hollywood way. And on the Hollywood way, there's teachers and students. What I wanted to say, stupids. And then comes, and even there is like enlightened ones. Consciousness plays one who is enlightened. Isn't it amazing? Even that happens. Or consciousness plays an awakened one. And really believes in it. Because to play a good role, you have to believe in your role. It's like you believe in your being a woman, you have to believe to be a woman. And to play that role perfectly. So really you're a best actor. And the good actor always goes perfectly into his role. And sometimes he forgets that it's just a play, that's all. And I maybe just a reminder here, come on, it's just a play. You play that role, but you're not the role. But what to do? And you play it perfectly. I can only give everyone the Oscar here. The leading roles, the main roles, the supporting roles, all that roles are perfectly played by that. Wonderful. And this is like Shiva. Shiva makes this little puppet house, and then he plays with the puppet around. First it's like fun. And suddenly he forgets that he is not a puppet, that the puppets are just for play. And then he becomes himself a puppet, and then he takes the role of a puppet very seriously, and the other puppets become very seriously, and then you're a puppet under puppets. Yeah, and you are in problems. Then you're really in trouble. Then you want to get out of being a puppet, but then you're really in trouble. Because by trying to get out of being a puppet, you really confirm that you're a puppet. It's such a vicious game. Absolutely vicious.